Hello, I'm so happy to see you again. Welcome to Module 6. Today we are going to learn about patterns of text organization and mainly we are going to study about paragraph development. Learning about how an author develops a paragraph gives you two benefits. When you read as a reader means you read to get information out of a text you are reading. You'll be able to predict or anticipate information that is presented to you if you know how a writer patterns the delivery of the ideas. And when you are predicting, it means you are cognitively engaged and are more ready to digest the succeeding information. In short, it aids your comprehension. When you read as a writer, learning about how ideas are arranged will prepare you to write better in the future. Alright, now let me tell you that this module is divided into two sections. In this first section, we'll focus on the placement of main ideas. As already mentioned in the earlier module, a topic sentence or stated main idea can be located anywhere in a paragraph. The positioning of the main idea is determined by the author based on her or his preference and consideration. Let's say the author wants the reader to directly find out the main information. She or he would likely to place the main idea at the beginning of the paragraph. Here is how it looks if the main idea is placed at the beginning of a paragraph. And here is how it looks in a sample paragraph. A recent report finds that the uncertainty and disruption caused by the COVID-19 has negatively affected the emotional and mental health of about one-third of America's youth. So much that the American Academic Pediatrics (AAP), along with other children's health organizations, has declared a national emergency in child and adolescent mental health. Elevated symptoms of anxiety, depression, or stress, says Nirmita Panchal, a senior policy analyst at the Kaiser Family Foundation, or KFF, a nonprofit organization focusing on national health issues. There has also been a number of changes in behavior that parents have reported, with some children having a poor appetite and difficulty sleeping. For others, it may be fear or irritability and clinginess. Panchal co-authored the report which found that prior to the pandemic, 8% of children between the ages of 3 and 17 had anxiety. That number rose to 13% among adolescents ages 12 to 17. As you can see here, the main information is located at the beginning of a paragraph. On the contrary, if the author wants the reader to comprehend the examples and details before learning the big picture, she or he would place the main idea at the last sentence. Here is the illustration. And here is a sample paragraph that places the main idea at the end of the paragraph. No in-person school, isolation from friends, lost rites of passage like graduation ceremonies. For the longest times, all kids had was academic and no joy. Before COVID, a lot of children's joy came from being with friends or from play and from social interaction. When you ask kids what's making you happy, 90% of the time it's being around friends or doing things with friends, says Elena Michelsen, head of the psychology section at the Children's Hospital of San Antonio in Texas. In the past 2 years, those were kind of taken away. The COVID-19 pandemic upended the lives of many children in the United States. Alright, so as you can see in this paragraph, the author provides samples before stating the most general idea at the last sentence of the paragraph. Okay, now sometimes the author wants to develop or introduce the burning issue or context before stating his or her main view on the topic. In that case, the main idea will likely be placed in the middle, like this one. Here's how it looks in the sample paragraph. It's easy to doubt yourself. You second guess important decision, you wonder if you're going in a healthy direction, you don't know if you have what it takes to create the life you desire. On and on it goes. Occasionally, doubting a decision or a choice is one thing. Everyone has those moments. But living in a perpetual state of self doubt is just plain miserable. Hanging on to self doubt will damage your happiness for several reasons. First, self doubt paralyzes motivation. You don't have the confidence in yourself and your abilities and focus on what's wrong with you, your life, and what you don't have. You think it's pretty impossible for someone like me to have that kind of life. Second, self doubt triggers procrastination. Often, self doubt traps a person to believe that they have to wait for the right time, the perfect plan, or the right people to show up, so they never finish anything. Third, self doubt results in regret. If you are so busy doubting yourself that you keep delaying living your life, regret will be waiting for you at the end of your journey. Last, self doubt is a self fulfilling prophecy. Unless you replace self doubt with self worth and confidence, you'll start to believe that you aren't worthy or deserving of love, success, and happiness. When you don't believe in yourself or your abilities, you start believing that you and your life don't matter, and you tend to live that way. As you can see, the main idea is stated in the middle. If you can relate this to our previous material on how to identify main idea, you'll see that this stated main idea is also identifiable from the use of listing phrase several reasons. While on another occasion, the author may wish to directly state his or her point, but thinks that an emphasis is necessary. So the author restates the main idea at the end of the paragraph, and it looks more or less like this one. Here is a sample paragraph. Self doubt fills your life with discouragement, frustration, and regret, makes you apathetic and complacent. But the good news is that you can defeat self doubt once and for all if you consider these strategies. Begin with finding a supportive community and socialize with optimistic people. If most of the people in your social circle tend to be negative, it's time to expand your circle to include positive, optimistic people. People who see the best in you and the situation. People who will encourage and support you, who make you feel good about yourself. Next, defeat self doubt by taking time to evaluate and appreciate your strengths. You have many more strengths than weaknesses, so invest time and effort in honing your strengths. One way to make such an evaluation is by writing a journal. Keeping a journal can sharpen our perspective by helping us to be more objective. Feel free to write about your self doubt. Let discomfort be your friends because it is normal to sometimes feel uncertain or uncomfortable. But be sure to include how you overcame it. Record some of your wins and things that went right. This will lead to the next strategy that is expressing gratitude. Challenge yourself to find something for which to be grateful, even in life's most challenging moments. While it may not be as easy as it seems, these strategies can help you begin unlocking your best life today and experience more love, joy, and fulfillment. Alright, so the author wants to tell the reader directly about how to defeat self doubt, and it is stated at the beginning of a paragraph. Not necessarily in the first sentence, but in this case, it's in the second sentence. Then the author restates the idea at the end of the paragraph. Alright, hopefully that gives you an idea how ideas, both main and supporting, can be arranged in a paragraph. I'll see you soon in the second video. Bye!